Hi guys, this is Cheryl. As you can see, I'm not up and around and doing much. I've been getting sicker by the day, and so I decided I was getting ready to do a live feed. Well, I can't do a live feed for 24 hours, so I hope you will look at this when after I said time for you to come on. But what I want to do is I want to give you guys something to laugh about. I think the times are so hard right now. I know I've spent most of my days in bed the last 2 days, and I'm coughing and I feel awful. And they say there's no way for them to test me because I haven't got a fever and blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. So I'm just going to do the best I can today, like most of you are. Excuse me. Drink a little something to keep my throat from making me choke. But here we go. I'm going to show you some pictures of my guys. These are my three boys many, 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 many years ago. They've all had these two here have had birthdays, and the oldest one's getting his in July. And they are quite great fathers. They're good people. I love them dearly. And so I'm just going to go through some fun pictures that I found of family and friends and different times. Now, believe it or not, that is my great great grandmother Smith. She looks a little scary, doesn't she? But that's her, and I think she has sitting on her lap is my Aunt Blanche. I'm not sure, but I think that's who that is. And that was, whoa, a long time ago, early 1900s. And it was so much fun to see these pictures recently. And I'm sorry I'm looking off the camera and stuff, but I'm trying to find the rest of these pictures that I found just the other day. This is my mom's oldest sister, Blanche. Blanche only lived to be in her early 20s. She passed away at early 20s from leukemia, leaving behind a toddler and a newborn baby boy. I got to meet each one of them. Somehow my mom recognized the daughter's children when we lived in Southern California when I was a kid. And then when we moved to Alabama, mom found out that his son was working in Huntsville where she had been working. So I got to meet him. That was quite an interesting thing with everything being so far apart and everything. But mom gave him a lot of pictures of her sister and a lot of letters and different things that she had and that he had never seen. So I thought that was real sweet of her. And this is my cousin, Darlene. She is my mom's next sister in line. My Aunt Catherine, that's her daughter. Darlene is now still beautiful in her 80s, and her younger sister, Kay, lives in California, and I'm praying that both of them are doing well because this stuff is really cruddy, and it's hard to get through, and I know that. This is my Aunt Catherine, a long time ago, holding my brother. There's my grandma in the car. Oh, these are so much fun. You thought that lady looked scary. Look at this one. That is my great, great, great grandmother, Sadie B. Fricky, in May 20th, 1885, in Seymour, Indiana. I couldn't believe it either. So that's all it is. Let me see. This is my daddy. At least that's how he looked in that picture from the Air Force. I found it very funny and silly, but he didn't usually have his face like that, and he usually wasn't that heavy either. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. Ah, best friend Kathy on her wedding day, and the gentleman walking her to where they were having their service in Nevada. And we were out there in the Joshua trees. It was beautiful. It was so sweet and nice. Again, this is a picture of my dad, my oldest brother Jerry, and me. Yay! This one's special because this is my niece Heather and her mom. And her mom was sweet and fun and amazing. And Heather's got 2 kids and doing great right now, and I'm so proud of her. I'm so thankful I got to know her mom really well. This is my daddy with me at my wedding day, and he was very happy there because he was ready to walk me down the aisle. So that was fun. This is my oldest sitting in my Uncle High's lap. Hi and Auntie Catherine. Catherine was my mom's sister. There were 5 children. There was Blanche, Carl, Catherine, Sherman, and then my mom, Mary. And that's Catherine's husband, and he was a blast as a kid. When I'd spend time with them, he could make his ears move, and he could do all sorts of silly things and say all sorts of silly things, and it was really amazing. I loved being around him, and my Aunt Catherine was precious to me. This is my Grandma and Grandpa Moody. And unfortunately, I didn't get to know them very well because we didn't move down here until 72. And that's when I finally got to know them a little better. And then I moved back to Oregon and then came back here um, after my grandmother had passed away. So, but they were really neat. Papa and his smoking his pipe, and Grandma over there opening her present. They were special people. We live on their property now, and it's kind of exciting because this is Moody property. This is Moody territory, so we kind of have fun with that. And let's see. Oh, guess who? 28th of May, 1955. New coat and hat. Yeah, see that chunky little kid? Still chunky. Yep, that's me. That's how it is. Oh, my mom even put me on a chair right here at 4 months. And look at that. I took up most of the chair. She said I gained, by the time I was 6 months old, when I came down with polio, I was 26 pounds. And she said I never gained another pound until after I was 3 years old. The polio took a lot of out of me, and I limped and did a lot of stuff. But hey, I'm here. We're fighting this, right? There's my baby brother. There's Joe. No teeth. It's Joe. He's awesome. He's awesome, awesome, awesome. He's a great dad, great husband. He's done well for himself, and I'm very proud of him. Talked to him tonight, and hoping I could do this live, and it would be so much fun if I could have. So maybe one of these days I will be able to do that for him. But that's Joe. Yep. He doesn't look like that now. He has a beard and gray hair and the whole 9 yards because we all are getting older, let's be honest. This is my dad, his parents, and my Auntie Gwen a long time ago before my dad went into the Air Force. And so that's a long, long time ago. And my brother Jerry and I and my little brother Jody at Christmas. See, there's little Jody right there. Yeah. My 2 nephews, Jeremy and Nathan. I don't have one of their sister right out here right now, but they were um, Jerry and Judy's 2 or 3 beautiful kids, and Judy was an awesome lady, and I miss her too. And it's just kind of hard sometimes to look at how cute they were then. So, guys, I hope you get to watch this and see the yourselves within. Oh, this is my Uncle Sherman, my mom's youngest brother, and his wife Grace. This was when we lived in Newburgh. That's 411 South River Street, all over the place, because that's the closet door that Mom and Dad had put in, and it was just amazing to see them. So we got that picture of them with my grandmother Moody. Then another one of Joe. I promised him I'd show the one with his freckles, and if you can see, he's got little freckles there. They don't show as much on him as they did on me, but that's my baby brother. And this is my Aunt Catherine. She and my mom look so much alike, it's not even funny. Catherine was taller than my mom, and that's her holding my oldest when we lived in Newburgh when after the boys were born. It was so neat right there. Now I'm going to kind of get done quickly because I didn't get to do this live, and I have more things I want to share. But this is something I found. That is Carol Smith. Excuse me, Nathan Carroll Smith and his wife. He was my mother's great, 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 something great, great, great grandfather. They lived in Kentucky. He was shot sometime before the Civil War. Uh, the grandmother there, took their children, their 5 kids, into Illinois to get away from that. She took them by wagon by herself. It took her over 2 weeks to get from the place in Kentucky to the place in Illinois where she stayed. I can't even imagine. So I think that's amazing. This is my mom, a picture that I found of her accidentally a few years ago. This is when she was in Utah, and she got that beautiful picture she's going to take of somebody also. She never liked her picture taken, but she would take pictures of you no matter what. I tell you, you give my mom a camera and you'd just be dying because you knew she was coming around some point and you were going to end up being embarrassed because she was going to take your picture no matter what. Then I want to show you this one. This is an old friend that I'd known since, golly, I was 11 when I first met him. Um, my brother and I danced with this group. We performed in different places across Oregon, Washington, all the way to Omaha, and they stayed together until I think sometime in '77, when his older brother passed away on one of their trips to perform, and it breaks my heart. I can't even talk about that. But that's how I looked then. I was about 15, 16, I think 16 or 17 right there. That was a good time. Now, because Joe and I, my brother and I, learned to square dance because my mom loved to dance, and she probably taught my dad into learning to square dance and to round dance, which was waltzing, two-stepping, etc. My brother and I were invited after we took lessons to join that group that I just showed you a picture there, and to perform with them, and it was so much fun. Everybody enjoyed everybody. Uh, if you're on a bus with a bunch of people day after day after day, all day long, you get off the bus, you have time to maybe eat, and you get into your outfit to get ready to perform. And the boys dress on the bus, and the girls dress in the restrooms wherever we stopped. And then that night, after we were done, about 11 o'clock at night, we would go home with someone that was there, and we didn't know them. And they'd give us a bed to sleep in. And the next morning, they'd take us back, and we get on the bus, and here we go again. And so a lot of my life and Joe's life at that time was dancing, and it was fun. It was a blast. Um, I met some really awesome, awesome people. I got to experience a lot of different people and a lot of different things. I learned not to be afraid to be in front of people because of that. Um, and so my dad was a member of the Masonic Lodge in Newburgh for a long time, and he became master of the lodge um, back in 1971, I believe, um, and almost 72. And this is a picture of Joe and I. We were waltzing for my dad because my mom had talked him into learning how to dance, and his thing had been softball and bowling. Well, finally, Mom got him convinced, and Jody and I danced uh, in order to honor him that day. And this is a picture I have forgotten all about, but this is my mom and my dad in the middle. To the right is my big brother Jerry and his wife Judy. Judy has passed away, Jerry has too. But then you see to the left of my parents, there's Joe, my baby brother Joe, or Jody as I called him, and me. And that was a wonderful, wonderful day. We had such a great time, and I had forgotten all about this picture, and I just happened upon it a couple days ago. You know, there's so many neat things to remember, so many wonderful things to remember, sometimes bad things, sad things. I got to marry my dad, to perform the wedding ceremony for my dad and his high school sweetheart. Well, within 2 years, she passed away. My dad had already lost my mom. They've been married 47 years when he lost her to Parkinson's. And Jane was just the sweetest lady, just the sweetest, sweetest lady. But he married her because he was worried about her, because she didn't have enough income to do anything but just barely eat or get medicine, one of the two. She lived in one room of her house, which was the kitchen, and that's where she lived, ate, slept, the whole 9 yards. And my dad just said he couldn't watch her do that. But she only lived with him 2 years, and it was hard to watch her go. This is her youngest son, Paul, next to her there, and her older brother. My dad knew her for so many years, was unreal. And I heard a lot about Jane and her being his first sweetheart. So that was a cool thing for my dad. We were blessed to have her as our stepmom for those years. I'm blessed to still have Paul and his brother as my brothers, and it's just kind of cool. But now I want to show you some things that really got to me today. Oh, that's first grade. Now remember your first grade pictures? I challenge you all to go find a first grade picture and put it on your YouTube channel. And then we have this. That is one of the congregations that I pastored. You can see me over here in this black sweater right there in the back. And there's, not too far from here actually. And I love that church. I stayed there 7 years, and it was an amazing place to go and be and to sing with the choir and have a lot of fun. And that was a wonderful Christmas experience for me. And then I guess the last thing I'd like to say right now, while I'm looking through some of my stuff here, is that I hope you have found a way to deal with the craziness right now. I couldn't take it anymore being shut away. I'm tired. I don't feel well. I haven't hardly been able to get up and down much because I feel so weak. But that's okay. Remembering the good times, the silly times, the times that a lot of my friends probably wouldn't want to tell me about. But, it was fun. We had good times. I had wonderful time with churches and with my kids. And I had a wonderful time before that when I lived in Oregon and was working at ADEC, a dental equipment company there. We went to the ADEC Christmas parties. We didn't drink, but my brother took a friend of mine, Kathy, and a friend of mine took a girl from church and work that he knew to the Christmas party because I asked him to. And, we went and we had a blast. It was just fun. It was fun to be with friends and fun to be with people you considered family. And Kathy I'd known since high school. And it's just, I don't know, people. I hope and pray today that you laugh at something I did or something I showed, something I shouldn't have shown. I don't know. But laugh. We need to laugh a little more at something. Even I told you, laugh at me. It doesn't bother me. Just be honest. Feel something. Pull out your pictures. I challenge you to pull out your pictures and post one on your YouTube channel. I do. I challenge you to do that, or on your Facebook. Please, please go tonight and rest. And I hope that all of you stay healthy. I hope that you are doing well and your families are well. I've been thinking and praying about all of you for a very long time. Um, I will find some other things to share later on because I think we need to know about people. We're not numbers, we're not objects, we're individuals. We're who we are because that's who we were, how we were created, and that's who our families were, and that's how we came about to be where we are now. And it's exciting. And it was fun. Bad days, yes, but good days too. So I hope you have a good night and a good day tomorrow. Bye.